Big John McCarthy and Josh Thomson react to Bo Nickal's loss, and Rainier de Ritter's call out of Sean Strickland. RDR just made a serious statement, not only by beating Bo in dominant fashion, but by calling out none other than Sean Strickland right after. This matchup is absolute fire on paper. Both guys are known for constantly pressing forward, and while Strickland might not be the biggest finisher in the division, his volume and pressure create chaos. Pair that with de Ritter's aggressive submission hunting style, and you've got a fight that's almost guaranteed to deliver. Rainier isn't just any prospect. This guy was a double champ in one championship, holding both the middleweight and light heavyweight titles. Now that he's in the UFC and already racking up big wins, there's no doubt he can make a legit run at the belt. Plus, fans love him. His chill, humble demeanor outside the cage contrasts perfectly with his relentless aggression inside it, making him a fresh and likable new contender in the division. Strickland versus de Ritter. Sign us up. That's violence and unpredictability wrapped into one.
Bo Nickal learned, hey, there's levels to everything, and his wrestling is really good, but he's going to have to, he's going to have to get better everywhere, because there's those guys, the levels change as you go up the ladder, and everyone gets tougher. So yeah, it's his loss, big deal. Everyone's gonna get one, and I just think that RDR is putting himself out, and I love the call out of Sean Strickland. I thought it was a great call out.
Yeah,
man, put yourself way up there because he's way up there. Way to go. That's the way to do it, because he does have, look at Sean's actually good on the ground. He doesn't like to be there, but he actually used to be a damn good grappler, and I don't think he can stay on the ground with RDR for a full round.
But I'm not sure RDR can get him there either.
Exactly.
The one thing that I think RDR is looking at is all you gotta do is get you to move backwards, because we know Sean doesn't fight the same going back.
Jon Anik weighed in on Islam Makhachev potentially bypassing a super fight with Ilia Topuria in favor of moving up to welterweight for a shot at double champ status. Islam doesn't seem eager to face another featherweight, even one as dangerous and marketable as Topuria. Islam's preferred opponents would be either the welterweight champ or a top lightweight contender like Justin Gaethje, but in reality, a win over someone like Ilia would do more for Islam's legacy than just defending against Gaethje, because at this stage of Islam's career, it's not just about defending belts, it's about building a resume that screams all-time great, beating Topuria, an undefeated explosive Georgian phenom and a rising global star. Taking out a guy like that, who's coming up in weight, would carry massive legacy implications. Sure, moving up to welterweight comes with its own kind of glory, especially with the temptation of holding two belts, the rare company of double champions. But here's the truth, if Islam skips Topuria and ends up capturing the welterweight title, fans and analysts will still point out that he never faced Ilia, leaving a lingering asterisk on his legacy, especially if Topuria goes on to become a lightweight world champion and builds his own legacy there.
But he has long desired to chase status as a double champion. He doesn't necessarily, Islam, want to cement himself as the greatest lightweight of all time, distancing himself from Khabib Nurmagomedov or BJ Penn or Benson Henderson, right? Islam wants to be a double champion and have a belt over each shoulder and potentially defend both. At least try to defend both, defend lightweight one more time, and without an obvious number one contender, because Arman Tsarukyan sort of fumbled the bag. I can understand why the timing seems right, but of course his friend is the champion. So Ilia Topuria is everybody's cup of tea right now. The guy who, hasn't sort of met his match in the UFC. So undersized he may be, I think you can argue historically, when we look back 5 years from now, with respect to my friend Justin Gaethje, I feel like a bigger win for Makhachev's legacy would actually be to fight the natural featherweight Ilia Topuria. But if you're Islam, yeah, it's annoying after a while, right?
In a recent episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, Joe revealed an intriguing conversation with UFC heavyweight champion Jon Jones, where Rogan encouraged Jones to take on interim champion Tom Aspinall. Facing Aspinall would be a significant challenge for Jones, considering his speed, power, and well-rounded skills. A victory over Aspinall would solidify Jones's legacy in the heavyweight division. This conversation adds fuel to the ongoing speculation about a potential matchup between Jones and Aspinall. As of now, the fight has not been officially scheduled, but both fighters have expressed interest. Aspinall has been vocal about wanting to face Jones, stating that it's the fight that needs to happen. Meanwhile, Jones has been relatively silent on the matter, leading to questions about his intentions and readiness to defend his title against the interim champion. The UFC has yet to announce a date for the potential bout, but the anticipation continues to build. Fans and analysts alike are eager to see if Jones will accept the challenge and whether Aspinall can rise to the occasion.
All that stuff fucks with him. It's gotta fuck with him. Aspinall is like, we've only seen him smash. We've never seen him be the nail. Jon Jones has had some trials and tribulations, but the skill set and the ability to push deep into rounds is nuts. I had a conversation with Jon and I said, listen, dude, you're still the greatest motherfucker of all time and you could show the world.
Jon Jones didn't hold back after Colby Covington took shots at him on a recent podcast appearance with Tim Welch. In the clip, Colby accused Jones of ducking Tom Aspinall, claiming the heavyweight champ was avoiding a real challenge. But when the clip hit Instagram, Jones jumped straight into the comment section and let loose.
Yeah, I don't think Jon is fighting him. I think he's going to duck him and go into retirement.
Really?
Yeah, I believe so. They're definitely trying to make it happen, but you heard that interview with Aspinall yesterday. He's like, dude, I'm done talking about Jon. They're not getting this fight done until it's signed. I just don't want to talk about it anymore. So you can see the frustration from Aspinall's side. You know, Jon's ducking. He's trying to ask for an unreasonable price, man. You can't be asking for $40-50 million. You don't draw money to the company like that. So, you know, I think that he's going to end up retiring before he fights Aspinall.
The pound-for-pound great went on a mini rant, firing back at Colby and calling him jealous. If jealousy was an actual person, this is exactly what it would look like. I haven't seen Colby in person literally since college. For him to have this much hatred, it could only be one thing. I mean, look at that passion in his eyes. What a sad boy. It's not the first time Colby's trash talk has stirred up drama, especially against Jon Jones. These two have been trash talking each other for years now. Belal Muhammad has shut down Ian Gary's UFC 315 backup role. The UFC welterweight title holder recently reacted to Gary's announcement that he had been nominated as the official backup fighter for the main event between Muhammad and Jack Della. Belal didn't mince words when discussing Gary's backup status on the Anik and Florian podcast. Quote, "There's no way this guy is about to strap up as the backup because he looked like he got beat up, especially in that 5th round. Is he gonna make weight again, and is it gonna be worth it? Because I'm not pulling out, and I know Jack's not pulling out coming all the way from Australia." The tension is palpable as Muhammad prepares to defend his title, and with the welterweight division now rife with uncertainty regarding the #1 contender, Muhammad is firm in his belief that Gary isn't in the mix for the backup role at UFC 315. That's it from MMA Psycho. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for daily MMA news.